What? Mtu anasemanga. Okay, welcome to episode 22 of What Is This? My name is Pepper 5.
I'm Victor.
So let's jump right into it. Right into it. So, how's your weekend though?
This was one of back to my regular thing. Chilled, no nothing, just relaxing. A lot of music was released over the weekend, so yeah, and the weather is also allows for such activities, such chilled activities. It's gloomy, the rain is back. That's the kind of weather I like. I like Nairobi like that. It makes it interesting and it makes it a bit more productive than usual.
Okay.
So I was just chilling.
Interesting. My weekend was really full of activities. Let me say that.
I saw your Insta snap so good.
What? I need to chill out.
Up and about.
I need to really chill out. Anyway, so I think I can highlight most of my weekend being the SWAT shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
That happened on social media, and then some people were accusing SWAT, the general, of being a thug and stealing from people.
Okay.
And a video was posted and it went viral. I think we all saw that video. You saw that video, right?
Yeah, but I
saw
it, but I didn't watch it.
He was groaning in pain.
I don't like watching violent things online.
He wasn't being beaten in the video. He was just groaning in pain. So, the first thing I had to do is I contacted the manager, and I was like, so apparently he was just out and about, and then police, how they be sometimes.
Yeah, fuck the police.
Yeah, so they were arresting anyone that was outside.
Yeah.
So SWAT akaingia kwa apartment ingine.
A random house.
Not a house, plot, apartments. So the people who are from those apartments, they thought this guy he was with him and another guy, a friend. I don't know if it's a friend or what.
Okay.
So wakashikwa. And then they thought those were thieves.
Okay.
I mean, how don't you recognize SWAT after seeing him on billboards?
Come on.
How?
Okay. But
and then how do
where
you
was
go?
this?
How,
where was
it
this?
was in Umoja.
Okay.
How do you go steal with Crocs and a T-shirt with your name behind on your back?
Or you had won the trademark.
I was saying on Twitter that okay, we have double standards.
Yeah.
Akina Migos, those guys, if you look at their rap sheet,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. Like they have burglary charges.
Yeah.
They have gun charges. They have substance possessions charges.
Yeah.
Gucci has a homicide.
Snoop Dogg too.
You see? You see those all? Okay, not Snoop Dogg has a second degree because it was his bodyguard who did the offense, not him.
Oh, but he was tried for murder.
Yeah. Okay. So you see, na
Gucci
SWAT anakansoliwa na Twitter juu ya allegedly being a thug.
Listen, man.
Anyway.
That was crazy.
Give people a chance.
Yeah, but I didn't even understand why people were going so hard on him. Because the first I think tweet that I saw was like this guy, he's such a star, instead of like using his talent to make music, he's stealing.
Those are people who don't get, there are usually two sides of a story. The truth, I mean your side,
my side,
and the truth.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's important to get the full
those are
scope.
people looking at it from a distorted lens. Like they're not
exactly
just from social media can get like
and people are saying that people are busy saying that that you can take a guy from the ghetto but you can't take
the ghetto.
What is that, man? What is that? Anyway, so it was so convenient for them because everyone was like talking about SWAT. It was trending the whole of Sunday.
When did this happen?
It happened Saturday night.
Okay.
At around 10 or 11.
But he's fine, right?
This is the sad part. Okay, he's recuperating at home, However, he was shaved by the angry mob.
Oh my
He was almost lynched. Do you know that?
So mob injustice.
Yeah. He was shaved. So
Shaved?
he was shaved, yeah. The next time you see SWAT, you won't see his hair.
Well, probably we'll see his hair because probably we won't see him for 6 months or something.
No, he has to appear. Come on.
Wait,
They have shows every week, almost every weekend.
They have a song coming out.
Yeah, they have a song coming out with a video, but it was already shot. So
Okay. Oh, okay.
so
But he can just swag it out and have the kid.
there's nothing wrong with having short hair. It's okay.
Okay. I can say that because look at my hair. I mean, it's
So I'm trying to imagine the situation at home. Your
And
mom, mom or your dad or your relatives or your friends, they know you've been beat up, and then they see you on TV on Sunday.
He was on Coke Studio.
Yeah, he was on Coke Studio.
I didn't watch that episode. How is that song? I just want to know.
It was just a remix of Lambalolo. Like Mr. Easy jumped on it. And then Mr. Easy was trying to play it cool, saying that, oh, I didn't know I appropriated your song on my other song. He was saying oh, I didn't know you guys are the makers of Lambalolo.
Okay.
That's why I put Lambalolo on. You know Mr. Easy?
Yeah. On his Twitter.
No. He has a song saying Lambalolo.
So they didn't make a new song on that episode?
Okay, I heard it was the remix. I don't know if they made a new song. See, a remix is a new song. To you, it's not.
Did the Ethical have the same verses?
They changed the arrangement of the verses.
Okay.
So Zilla came first, and then SWAT second, and then of course Seska's Seska's verse, and then now Nani akaeka verse zake.
So
Mr. Easy, that
how was
is.
the song though?
It was. I don't think Mr. Easy had.
They should have just written another song then.
Yeah, they should have just written another song.
Okay. So I think last week we received a very...
So let me ask you before we finish. Do you think that whole scenario will elevate Ethic or to push them down?
I think it will. I don't know, because as of now that story has somehow been forgotten. Maybe if somebody runs with it, they can capitalize on it.
Do you think they should have removed one song at the height of that?
Probably not. I don't think that's the time to release a song. There's some shitty times when it's time to release songs, but at the time when one of your members almost got killed, it's not an appropriate time to release a song. But I understand if they would have, because that's when people are checking out for you, but I don't think that was an appropriate time. But I think for them, any time is a good time. I think, but you know what will have been dope? Because they had that incident on Saturday, and they were on Coke Studio on Sunday. I would be surprised if it goes 3 weeks without them releasing a song. Even by the end of this week.
I don't know. I like our speculation so much, and how we mentioned some things like last Tuesday when we were recording the last episode.
Yeah.
You remember we mentioned Kantai?
Yeah, we mentioned him off air.
Yeah.
But then later on that day we received sad news that he had passed away. So rest in peace to the legend Chris Kantai. I remember Kantai because he was one of those rappers who had me fascinated as a young kid.
Why so?
Because of his ability to rap in Swahili and in English, and in such a cool way that you really didn't know whether he was even a Kenyan, and then just the swag that he brought to the rap scene at that time when at the height of his career was really amazing. And to see the influence that he's had even on other artists in the industry as of now. I
heard he's the one who brought STL into the game.
Yes,
that's true.
Was him.
It's confirmed.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that was STL's introduction to the industry.
Okay.
I think one of the biggest influences that we see from Kantai is Calligraph Jones. He took, I think, the whole blueprint, the whole Kantai rapping
I
blueprint,
think you're
and
stretching it.
I'm being for real.
I think you're stretching it.
No, I think he
Calligraph has his own style.
But he does the rapping in English and Swahili thing just like
that. Just by the virtue that you're rapping in English and Swahili doesn't mean you're borrowing Kantai's blueprint.
Just go listen.
If you listen to Calligraph's cadence, style, it's not the same as Kantai. I know, I've listened to both of them. Mm-hmm. I don't have to go and listen again.
Just go revisit with that thought in mind.
I know they had a song together.
Timba Dimalo.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that.
In 2016.
Yeah.
So
and it was a really
it was a nice
hit.
song. It was a nice
It
song.
was a hit.
Yeah. And so with the Kantai and Calligraphs, I mean the Kantai situation, I really didn't like how our media handled the news of his death, or the just the reporting on his passing on. I thought it was really distasteful, because most of the stories that we read on these blog sites were not true. I mean,
tell us more.
I can confirm that.
Tell me more.
I'm not privy to share the information that I have.
Why?
Because it came from a private source, a confidential source. That
if you're dissatisfied with the media, why can't you be the person to make that change and give us that information?
I mean, let me just set the record straight. Some stories say that he died. He was rushed to hospital and pronounced dead on arrival. I can tell you for a fact that is not true.
Okay.
And others that he was drunk when he was found. I can tell you for a fact that is not true. All. I
mean, the media writes stories to sell their company or their stories. You get,
so I mean,
because these days you need to sell newspaper. You need to sell clicks. The more clicks you get, the more money you get.
And I won't even get into how he was blackballed by the industry as a whole prior to his death.
So I was hearing that Kantai wasn't paid, apparently. He wasn't paid by Calligraph kutoka hiyo ngoma walifanya pamoja.
Yeah, I think that's true.
No, na sasa I don't know.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
However, we don't know how the split sheets were. That's the problem. But we don't know if he was being featured. Maybe he was given a one-off payment.
Yeah, and you see, that's the problem. I don't know whose fault that is, but it's. I don't think, if all this is true, I don't think that's a good look on Calligraph, who claims to be the OG and claims to be Mr. International. Like, you shouldn't be. If nothing else, you shouldn't be treating people like this.
But was Kantai going through depression and alcoholism? Because I read somewhere.
I think his alcoholism is like well documented, and it's like that was well documented, and it's something he was suffering from, and
which I think is a problem in the industry.
It is, and I think
not even in the industry, just generally.
Yeah, and I think alcoholism is a sickness rather than
it is.
So the stigma that people face because of alcoholism, I don't think should be there, and such things. But it's sad, and it's sad to see how he went down. And even when the same Calligraph was, man, this nigga has been in my wrong books for the past
Calligraph?
Yeah, for the past few weeks. I don't know what he'll do to change my.
But he was coming out. He came out and said you should support the family of Kantai.
Yeah.
Him and Nonini.
Yeah, they actually, I saw Nonini on Twitter yesterday. I don't know who started a drive to raise funds for the family.
I think it was Nonini.
Yeah, so which this is now where you see the industry and the OGs looking out. But there, as you say, there are many people. As Calligraph said, there are many people who suffer from depression and just mental health issues in the industry, and they're overlooked because, one, you're supposed to be a celebrity, and being a celebrity, you're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be the best.
As in, when you're a celebrity, people think you're not human.
Yeah, and you can't.
You're this superhuman being.
Yeah, and you can't be prone to bullshit, As in, and not prone to bullshit, like you. Yeah, I mean, that's why you're expected to behave a certain way. When you do something, you're like,
Ooh,
Oh,
celeb.
they did that. Yeah, you see, like the story we were talking about last week. As in, it's just the same. As in, yes, I'm a celebrity. Just that many people know me. That doesn't mean that I am not a human being. I still go to sleep the same way you do. I still eat the same way that you do. I still get angry the same way that you do. I still overreact just like you do. And and so people, and just regular human beings suffering from problems like alcoholism and drug use and such, especially in the music industry, which is so demanding in terms of the toll
Expectation
and the toll it takes on your mind in terms of creativity. Because if you are signed to a label, you are under pressure to perform, to release a song that will do well, so that the label can recoup the money. Even if you're not signed and it's your own investment, you have the pressure to do well so that you can pay your bills, especially if you rely on music alone to pay your bills. And so we've seen a slew of artists who have gone through these issues, and
locally and internationally.
Yeah, like yesterday I was seeing that Jackie Chandiru from Uganda, she was I watched an interview where she was giving her story of how she was a bit like she was addicted to drugs for I don't know, close to 5 years.
Prescription drugs.
Yeah, prescription drugs, which was, I think, a painkiller, and it was even one that you inject. And so it was sad hearing her story and how it was just from, because I don't know, she got injured in like a home invasion. And then when she went to the doctor, she was given that strong painkiller, which was supposed to be a one-off.
So it's like an MJ story.
Yeah, you see, even that's how MJ came to pass. Because, MJ was dealing with pain from him touring and all that. So he used to be given painkillers and all that.
Apparently, MJ's trouble with painkillers came about when he was recording a Pepsi ad and he got burnt. So that's when he started abusing painkillers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is that... especially when it's prescription drugs.
Yeah.
When it's prescription drugs.
You can just go and buy them wherever.
That's why, Dr. Phil?
I actually came to find out that he's an actual doctor.
Yeah, he's an actual psychologist.
What?
So, I was listening to Dr. Phil on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about the opioid addiction in America, where you're dealing with pain, and because of how big the pharmaceutical industry is over there, they just have to keep on selling drugs. And so you go to a doctor, they don't even want to know what the problem is. Can we subscribe a lesser dosage? They just give you the most expensive dosage, and that is the most effective, just the strongest thing they have in their cabinet.
So is Xanax a painkiller?
It is a painkiller. So you see, not even Xanax.
It's even becoming very popular,
even locally.
Very popular because of this artists glorifying it, like saying I just popped a Percocet.
Xanax is 40 shillings if you want one.
I'm not saying I want one.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, it's not that expensive.
I would not have known there's something called Xanax if it wasn't for Future.
Oh yeah.
Or if it wasn't for Lil Pump.
So Dr. Phil talking about how the prescription drugs are worse than, because when these people, regular folk who you wouldn't expect to be hooked to drugs, they go and they get these prescriptions, and now they are addicted. And once they are addicted, they can't.
It's a roller coaster.
They can't even afford to buy the drugs from the doctor. And now you're off the prescription, so you can't go to the doctor to get the same drug. So what do? You turn to heroin, which is cheaper and is readily available. And now you find that there is
heroin. Heroin is a painkiller.
Heroin is an opioid.
Okay.
Which is like heroin, if I'm not wrong, comes from opium. Check. Yeah, it comes
there's a plant called opium.
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes from opium.
And poppy. What comes from poppy?
Poppy is, I think, opium comes from poppy. The poppy plant.
Yeah, poppy plant.
So, and now from there it's derived as a multitude of.
This sounds like a science channel.
So I was just now to tie it back together is like when Jackie Chandiru was talking about how she was addicted to a prescription drug. I really understood what I saw what she was talking about how the drugs that you get from the doctor are like the most addictive. So she's back on the scene.
I mean, the doctors also know that I think they know. Mm-hmm. They know that this is going on. and they're playing a part in it.
Yeah, I don't have
But they stand to gain, because the more the drugs they sell,
the better. Yeah,
the better
exactly,
for them.
Exactly.
Because you'll find most of these people are the ones who own
the pharmacies. Yeah.
So they'll prescribe for you, and then they say, unaona ile pharmacy iko pale, enda.
Around the corner.
It's them who owns them.
Or even they give you a drug that is found nowhere else
but there.
From that place.
So you have to go and buy them. So they stand to gain in this.
I don't have like readily available statistics right now, but I know for a fact that many doctors are addicted to painkillers, or some doctors are addicted to painkillers. So
many is a big claim.
Yeah, but some. Okay, there are doctors addicted to painkillers because they know how good these painkillers are. Valium, morphine, they understand how...
Good in what sense?
Dealing with pain. How effective they are in dealing with pain.
Physical pain?
Yeah. So, it's a numb it down drug. So when you numb it down, it just becomes, you're chilled, you're relaxed, and so... I mean, I'd
rather stay without being a doctor.
Yeah, but okay. So
there's a time I wanted to be a doctor.
But what happened? Biology.
Life happened. I actually biology was one of my favorite subjects in high school. However, being a doctor is just not for me.
I know, because I think
just not for me.
One of the hardest things about being a doctor is, for me, I usually think it's dealing with the pain of having to giving a loved one the worst news.
Okay, I used to think that was one of the worst things, but I don't think it is.
The human element.
I think the element of dealing with the human body is just...
Oh, and also how many variables... How many
discipline that needs to come, because being a doctor, you are on call 24/7. You don't have your personal life.
And I also, and even the, I've forgotten what I was going to say. But you see, so this drug problem for her, in her case, Jackie Chandiran, but she overcame. And I don't think there are many artists who have overcome. And just because of the depression and the expectations that come with being in the industry. I think we've seen a case of Bamzigi, who was an alcoholic. Raisi had a problem with drugs.
Jim Watt
was also Pam from the group Sema. Together with she also. These are just artists who we know of. These are just the people who we know of.
It's sad,
and there are not many that I don't know whether there are a lot of art. I know there are many more.
But I think Jim Watt recovered after Jaguar came to his rescue.
He recovered. Which is always amazing to see a comeback story. And also, so even with Chris Kantai, I think if he would have been around longer, I think he would have had a very good comeback story. I've heard some things about how.
Are you trying to say he had an album and then it's gonna pop up sometime?
I cannot confirm that, but I heard he was planning things. He was making moves. Let me just say he was making moves.
Okay.
So it was sad to see such a life get cut short, and our condolences to his family, his wife and his young son.
He was married?
Yeah, he had a wife and a child.
This is new information.
So rest in peace to Chris Kantai, forever in our hearts. And I don't think any of us will ever forget the contribution that you made to the industry.
Okay. Speaking of the industry,
that was sad.
Speaking of the industry, have you been seeing what Sauti Sol have been doing? And we talked about this
Now let's get to
on our last episode, right?
Yeah.
Soul Generation.
Their record label.
Who do you think fits that? Besides the new signee,
Ben Soul.
Who else can fit that?
If for people who we don't know, I'm sure there are people who we don't know who can very well fit into that brand. But currently, I think them getting a hold of maybe Hat the Band will be amazing. I think Red Acapella will also be a good addition to that label.
No chick. No chick whatsoever.
Maybe Wanja
Wahor.
Yeah.
Do you think she can do that style?
Okay, have you her style of music, which is really acoustic, I think would be
Mellow acoustic.
If turned into that Afro sound that Sauti Sol does.
Okay. For you to sell an Afro sound, you have to look the part. Have you seen Wanja Hall?
She's light skinned, so
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I've seen her. She's light skinned.
With Sauti Sol, it's possible. It's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, because I think for them to, because I think from what I am seeing is that they are trying to label that. They're trying to model that label into their sound, the sound that they are known for, which is that Afrofusion, which is the Surayako and
so I'm trying to wonder which kind of organization are they taking? Like, who's the executive of Soul Generation? Because I was looking at the credits on Ben Soul's track.
Let's start with that track first before we get even to the business side.
Okay.
Do you think that track? I let me just say, I don't think it's a good track.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was worth deleting all those photos from their Instagram.
What should be worth deleting all the photos? And first of all,
an instant hit.
No, you don't start with you tease.
This is not my point. This is not an instant hit. It will hit, but it will grow slowly.
And they are winning us into this new guy. Me, I never knew Ben Soul before.
Oh, okay, really?
I never knew. So it can't just be a hit like that.
He's written.
So
I
when
think
you say
produced Melanin, or
I think it was 100% worth it. If this is the direction that they're trying to take, them kuchukua mkono ya Ben Soul na kumlead and other artists probably in the future. So it's really worth it. They can even delete themselves out of Instagram.
But I think
it was really worth it, and I liked the anticipation they gave us with that car trailer, and then now they dropped the video, and then a complete media tour.
Yeah.
Because now, because they figured they won't be relevant forever. So they have to start grooming someone.
Apart from the criticism they have received over and over again about you're the biggest artist, but we have never seen anybody come up under you, which I think was probably their biggest motivation. What other motivation do you think they have to
legacy? Yeah.
So that their name lives on forever. Because
Soul Generation. I think even the name says it. So they want to stay there in generations to come. Yeah.
We're now down to the.
That's why even they incorporated their name Sauti Sol, Soul Generation.
But Soul is the is the Spanish word for sun. SUN.
Thank you for that.
So
I'm now educated.
So Sauti Sol is like voices of the sun.
Okay.
Or something of the sort.
Wow.
Like something to that effect. So you see which soul is like such a generic term. When now you think about it that way, it's like, okay.
In their context, it's really not generic.
I mean, it is, but now you see it's been branded. It's been taken from this.
That's why in their
the
context.
sun, and then now they bring it now to we are Sauti Sol. So it makes sense for us to name our label Soul Generation. But
so if you're going into the nitty-gritties, who's gonna be like the exec? Who calls the shots?
To be honest,
I know Bien looks like the figurehead.
Yeah, but I don't think he is. I think Polycarp might probably call the shots in terms of say who to sign.
Did you see the creative director of the video?
Who is it?
Chimano. Of the whole, not the video, of the whole song. It was Austin Willis Chimano.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's the one. And the way that video looked so.
Chimano is we've been on record saying that he's the sauciest of them all.
He's the most iconic.
Yeah, he's the one who has,
from his controversies to his style,
the way he dresses.
Yeah, everything.
He's the best. I think each of them I think fits a particular role. BN is the lead singer.
Apparently Safara produces a lot.
Yeah, but Polycarp I think is the glue that brings that group together. I think he's the most integral part. Chimano is the guy I think has the best voice, but he's the guy who is reserved, but when need be, he shows up and he steps up. Yeah, and Savara, I think Savara plays the good-looking guy in the group. He fits into that.
Oh, that's a role.
Yeah, it is.
Wow,
It is. Every group has that. You can go through every group and you'll find
I'm not even contending that.
I'm just saying, like, every group has, every boy band, even every girl group, everything.
Heartthrob.
They have the heartthrob. I think
Savara, I think that's up for debate because it's relative.
No, I'm just saying how I view each of them.
Oh, how your personal perspective.
Yeah, I think Savara is there for that wow factor for everyone else. So I think Polycarp will, if anyone was to head that.
Do you think Marek is involved in this soul generation?
He must be. He might be even the one who came up with the idea. Like,
are you saying that us Africans can't?
No. But Marek is their manager, and we have seen how far their career has gone under Marek. When did Marek become their manager?
I think in 2012.
Yeah, and that's, I think, when we saw Sauti Sol's career take a turn for the best, and they just grew exponentially from there.
Yeah.
So I can say maybe 80% sure that it was Marek's idea to start the label. And I know they'll go far with this new venture that they are getting into, and they're also working.
We
on
hope
an album.
to see like a new powerhouse, like the way Wasafi is a powerhouse.
Oh yeah. And
so I hope Soul Generation will be like a powerhouse, giving us hits.
Mm-hmm. Plus, giving us Sauti Sol themselves are working on an album, so we can expect good things.
Okay.
Which I think they need to make a good.
I'd be more excited if we saw Ben Soul with an album than Sauti Sol. I mean, yes, I'm a fan of Sauti Sol. All I'm trying to say is we need more, like, the industry will grow when there are more artists in the game. Yeah. More artists who are competitive. Not the same ones we see all the time.
It's just the same way that I think Kenyan artists have realized that albums are the way to go. And people, there are so many albums being released this year.
We need more artists in the game. We need more competition. I mean, there's that good competition, the bad competition. Yeah. So you need to see more benzols in the cut. We need to see, I think I have a strong theory that the industry is really taking a trajectory into growth.
It is.
Yes.
I think it is.
I think it is because that's why we are seeing like different sounds. We're seeing different, like, Beatty is totally different from Stone Jiwe, and they're still in one industry. TNT, there's still TNT, there's Wakadinali, there's Sauti Sol, and there's, Elani and Sauti Sol are kind of the same.
There's Red Acapella probably will be the contrast.
Yeah, you see. Yeah. So when there's so much diversity, and then I don't know why there's no R&B artists in Kenya.
I wouldn't say R&B, but I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can do that R&B sound.
Why not?
Because that's an American sound. I think translating it into
R&B simply means rhythm and blues. There's no American sound in R&B. You can sing R&B in Swahili.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So translating that musical style into a local context might be difficult, or might be what is challenging and keeping many people shying away from it. But I think the greatest example we saw from this was Harry Kimani, Higher. Was it him who sang Higher?
Yeah.
Higher. Yeah. I think that was an R&B sound.
Although that's a hit, you know that?
Yeah.
These days he's a performing artist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's doing well for himself, because I think performing artists generally...
The problem with having one huge hit in your career and then...
It's hard to come back from.
It's not even hard. Like, everyone will just know you for that hit.
Yeah.
Because if he gave us another hit after Higher, we'll say, there's some consistency.
Yeah.
We don't know him. Because right now, someone who doesn't know Harry Kimani will say, the dreaded nigga who sang Higher.
Yeah. But I think the thing is, with Kenya, people milk their singles. They really...
Like everywhere, it's not Kenya only. Cardi B milked one single for a whole year.
But she had things in the tuck. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She had something in the tuck.
Anywhere as in, you'd be dumb if you don't milk your single. Come on.
Of course, definitely. Like what's this guy's name? I think it's called Alvin. The one who's on Taka Taka.
Alvindo.
He's showing us how to milk a single.
Maximize to the fullest.
He let it simmer. He let it be like go viral, and then now
shows.
And then he relaxed, and then now he's like, okay, now let me do a media tour and show you niggas that I'm really serious and I'm with this. Do you think he'll have another song?
Him himself, he said that was the first song he ever recorded. The first song.
Okay.
So he might have. Let's
we'll just
I don't want to sound negative and shit, but let's just wait and see.
Just like we said with Ethic last year, it just depends on what they do next. Because now you have people's attention.
Yeah.
Now it's just how you
and he has a backing from, what's his name? KRG the Don. He has a backing from, so he's already signed.
Okay. KRG the Don.
Yeah, KRG the Don is the one who signed him. So he has he has finances, he has resources, and then now he has an audience. Yeah, let's wait and see.
Now he has, so he definitely has the momentum. So he should milk the single for.
The problem is we don't know if his end goal was being a musician, because
that was just
maybe he was just having fun with it.
No, he wasn't having fun. He was heartbroken.
Like
the king was heartbroken.
He was trolling. Maybe he was just trolling.
Okay, definitely.
You get, and then he was like, "Oh shit,
here we go now."
Yeah,
let's roll with this.
So let's wait and see. Maybe we don't know.
But anyway, we need to get into our music review of this week, which we are reviewing Mayonde's project. It's an EP called Project Purple, which was released towards the end of last year. Has 6 songs. 6 songs. Yeah.
I think this is a
teaser. Yeah, me too.
A teaser to a bigger project.
I think she has something coming.
I think
right? Maybe second quarter. She'll release an album, because she also has another single with what's her name?
Trina Mungai.
Yeah. She has another single with Trina. So I think she's coming. I think Mayonde is coming, and I think her album will be released sometime between April and June, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
I hope it will, because from what I hear here. From what I hear on this EP is that she's taken a considerate effort, and she's made a considerate effort to turn back to that old Kenyan sound. That time which we always say the Kenyan industry had a sound, and they had figured out a sound which was Kapuka. She's gone back to the drawing board and ensured that she makes us a project that sounds Kenyan, that sounds authentic.
We can say it's heavily influenced by the Kenyan sound.
The old
Kenyan sound.
The old Kenyan sound, which was
off the bat. Like, what do you think about the cover art? What can you make of it?
I don't know. Because I actually thought it was a drawing.
Yeah.
Only to see that she had a cover, a photo shoot for it.
Yeah.
So it means that there was a lot of thought put into it and how it looks. And I don't know what it's meant to signify. I know what purple and the color purple mean. It signifies royalty and all that. So but I can't see.
I mean, maybe this is pleasing to look at.
Yeah, maybe this is
aesthetically pleasing
interpretation of royalty, of what royalty is or should be. But there's 2 flowers at the corners of the photo, beaming down on her and the sun. Maybe if if I'm to go a little psycho into look at this, because if you look at now you see, that's why I'm saying psycho, because when you look at the drawings of Mary from the Bible and Jesus, they
don't go psycho, please.
They always they always have a sun behind them. So maybe that's why you see it looking like that. This is just my speculation.
Personally, I think this was a really short EP. Hata EP ifai kwa na 6 songs.
How
Come
many
on.
songs should an EP have?
At least 10, man.
No, an
at
EP,
least
An
9.
EP is between. There is actually a technical definition for an EP. I don't know whether it has changed with streaming, but typically an EP is between 4 and 7 songs. So 6 is like you're really pushing.
I don't know. Okay. So you're saying
it's not okay. So there's
and then
there's
to add the fact that like 3 of these songs are already out. Do you realize that?
4.
2. I mean 3.
Which one is it?
Nairobi, Daily, and Chini Kwa Chini.
Chini Kwa Chini, the video was just released the other day.
But the song was already out.
Really? I didn't know that.
It was out like 1 year ago. The lyric video was out.
But you
the thing with Mayonde, she has a likable personality.
Yeah.
So whether she goes wrong with it or right with it.
Okay, so are you saying she went wrong with it?
Don't misquote me. I've not even finished my statement. Okay, the only thing I can critique about this album is the fact that the only 3 new songs to it.
Okay.
You get. However, I really like the production. Production is overwhelmingly good.
Yep.
And then the influence from the old Kenyan sound.
Yeah. Is evident.
It's very evident. Alafu, generally too, the album came at a really good time.
For her.
Not for her. We needed this.
Really?
We needed this as an industry.
How so?
Because this is around the time when that play Kenyan music was about to erupt. You see, so it came in a time to kumbusha that we still have a sound.
Yeah.
You get,
So into the music.
Into the music. This is really short to review.
Yeah. But
let's start with the track number 1, Nairobi.
Nairobi featuring Stone Jiwe.
Stone Jiwe.
Wait, let me ask: is Stone Jiwe a gospel artist or is he just an artist?
The songs I've heard from him are mostly gospel. So I'd make a correct assumption to say he's a gospel artist.
And I think this song toes that line very carefully. It doesn't. You can't say for a fact that explicitly it's gospel or otherwise or secular. Or, I don't like that term, but like you can't say for a fact, but it just toes the line.
Just because there's a gospel artist doesn't make the song gospel. Yeah. However, I like the song because it reminds me of Empire State. I don't know.
Empire State of Mind.
Empire State by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. Because these are this first of all male and female, and then they're from 2 different demographics. They're from 2 different, like totally different places. I think Stone Jiwe is from Kawangware.
I don't know.
Yeah, and Mayonde is probably from Uptown.
Yeah.
She looks like she's from Uptown. And then when I mentioned almost all the routes. South C.
South C, South B. Yeah.
111, that's Ngong Road. I mean, that's Ngong Town.
Yeah.
So Kawangware number 2. You see? It pays homage to all the cities.
And even
all the area locations.
The Nairobi life even too.
Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
The video is really nice. It's a storytelling idea.
And this is a club banger apparently. Like I've every time I am out and I hear it, I'm usually so surprised. Even the reception in the club is usually like, wow, I would never have thought that this song would have such a positive reception in such a place, in a club setting.
This is a song you should play to a tourist mwenye amefika tu Nairobi.
Yeah, so that they can know where to go. The second song is Daily.
This is a song that was released like 2-3 years ago, apparently, because I was doing some research on YouTube.
Okay.
And then I find released 2 years ago for Blankets and Wine promotion.
Okay.
But it was an acoustic version. So yeah.
What?
It sounds like a love song to the husband, probably. Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know about Daily, because it's not for me it's not memorable, but it's nice. And the production is where you can now tell that they are going for that like that sound that Kenya is known for, that kapuka-ish sound. That's daily for me. I don't know what else to say about.
I was surprised to find out Mayonde is married.
Me too.
I was surprised.
Not even surprised, disappointed for myself. It was just like, oh, another.
Did it come as a shocker?
Yeah, it was actually.
Because
so
I don't know, I was reading an article and then I was like, married to one of the band members to, what's this band called?
I don't know.
Mbithi was in this band by, it had Mbithi, the guys who made Hahe.
Just a band?
Just a band. Mbithi was in Just a Band.
Oh, really?
Yes. You didn't know that?
Shit. Okay, no, I didn't know that.
They called it an experimental band. So Mbithi was part of the Just a Band.
How old is she?
I don't know.
Okay, that I think that will be interesting to find out. But as in,
this is a couple that they're both in the industry.
Yeah.
So we can comfortably say they're both industry players and all that.
Yeah. And they both know how to, because I think Mayonde knows how to maneuver from what I see or on her social media.
And I think she's also in your circle, akina
Blinky,
MDQ, so she can get gigs. I'm not saying because she's a friend to akina MDQ, she's getting gigs and all that.
Yeah.
Her music is also good.
Yeah.
I liked
definitely.
the first song I heard from her was Isukuti Love. Remember?
Yeah.
Isukuti Love. I was like, okay, who's this? I really need to hear.
Yeah.
But that was way back. That's like 5 years ago.
That was like among her first songs that she released. And then I think the standout track,
Chini Kwa Chini, my favorite track on the album. I mean,
why
what?
So?
Okay, it's a party song.
Number one.
And then that ragaton. That ragaton just took me, it just took me away. Once I had that ragaton, I was sold. I was sold.
Is there another song that has that same? Because I think.
And then there's an influence from, because I was hearing it and then I was like, I've heard.
Is it a nursery rhyme or is it another song? Because I think it's between the two.
I think it's Saida Karoli's yo, 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 yo. I think it's Saida Karoli. Although she said, I was reading somewhere, she was saying this song is a tribute to Issa. Because she got a lot of inspiration from Issa. And then she also mentions all these industry players from Jua Kali.
Yeah. What about the Chini Kwa Chini, Ju Kwa Ju? Because
that's Issa, Chini Kwa Chini. Juu kwa juu, side to side.
That's where Issa. Okay, then that's why
you get
like, okay.
Like the events, like I've said, Saida Karoli, and then Issa, and then even she mentions Nameless.
Okay.
And I like the video too because it has nice choreography.
Yeah, it does.
You get.
It does.
Yeah. So I think that's the standout track. That one and Nairobi.
For me too, Chini Kwa Chini is like a track that.
And I think she also knows that because hizo ndio mbili ametolea video.
Yes.
You get.
Yeah.
So that's good A&R for you, Mayonde. Keep it up.
Kuisha.
I liked her braggadocious. Like, of course, she's a sassy person. She's quite sassy.
Yeah.
But in this track, Kuisha, it was like, okay, she came with that, that, I don't know if I should call it braggadocious or manini, but also I like the beat, the heavy beat.
Yeah.
Like,
but this is like, I think if there's a song that I would have done without, I think it's this one.
Kuisha?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like, I don't think there's something about her voice. It feels like
it's her voice, not the song.
No. It's either it doesn't
the
fit the.
I liked it because she was like kind of flossing.
But either it doesn't fit the beat or she's straining. Just there's something about her voice.
I don't know if we listen
song.
To the same track. However,
no, there's something about the song, and I don't even think it's the song itself, but it's more of the performance of the song that I don't like, and I think it's one of the it's one of the weakest tracks on here, but it's good because of the production. Of course, does not fail her. I mean, in terms of what the beat is, but it's just like they just when you do
what's real. Have you heard this like every song real time music? And I've tried to do some research on real time music. There's nothing coming up.
She owns.
Is she signed?
She owns the publishing to the project, but I don't. Maybe it's the production house that did the.
Oh, okay.
Or I don't.
Because
know.
I was seeing she has ties with Taras Music.
Yeah, she does.
Because Taras has signed
Della. I think that is their flagship artist.
Kagwe. It's Kagwe.
Kagwe is their flagship artist.
Yeah, it's Kagwe. I'd like to assume it's Kagwe and then maybe Della.
Do you know how surprised I was to learn that Kagwe produced Nishike?
You didn't know?
I didn't
That was his
know.
breakout. He's also a producer.
Yeah, I think that was the breakout, his production. From a production standpoint.
Even before I knew he was an artist, I knew him through Nishike.
Damn, that was a sick beat.
Yeah.
That was a crazy beat.
So you're saying you don't like Kwisha?
Yeah, it's her how she recorded.
What about Tetemesha?
The voice.
Tetemesha. That's Issa. That's so Issa like.
I like that. I like that song, which is I think
she tells a story of her smitten self.
Yeah.
Towards this guy who's not giving her attention in the party.
Yeah, I don't know. Does he know whether I exist or is there like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she has to tetemesha. Ndio apate attention yake.
But we know how that story.
That's goes. Very relatable.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying.
Scene.
We know how that story goes. Do you remember that day that girl who tried to violate you?
Maze, the boy child is being
a young king was being violated.
Young king, yo.
That was crazy. That was fucking insane.
I mean, I think personal space is really important.
Yeah.
And consent for anything.
True.
If you you're smitten, if you're a guy, if you wanna go approach a chick, go ask her first. If you're a chick, it doesn't just work automatically.
Just because you're a girl.
Exactly.
Sometimes I want to chill with the boys. I don't even know.
Yeah, sometimes I'm not even interested.
So find out first.
You're lucky I wasn't in a bad mood.
No, but we were chilling. That was crazy.
I think the last song is Prof.
I think the name might be familiar, but I don't know
the Afro dancehall artist, the guy with dreads. He's been there for a while. I don't know. There's a sample from Marvin Gaye. That's what caught my eye.
I don't know whether it's really. I think it's just that progression is the one that it's the most popular progression, like that.
Sensual healing.
Yeah, and then it's just like whenever you hear that, just even if it's two notes.
But this is an EP. It's not even an album. So
yeah, but it's probably it's an interpolation because it doesn't sound a lot like it. But I think it even sounds like a dancehall song that I have heard before, but I don't know which dancehall song. But if I sit down and really think, I'll find out which dancehall song it is. But it also sounds like, I know it sounds like Marvin Gaye, but it also sounds like a dancehall song. Especially that's the bass is the one that plays that like that Marvin Gaye-ish style. But the chords that are in the song, they sound like another song. I don't know which song it is, so I'll have to sit and think and find out about it. I like Milele.
You like Milele?
Yeah.
I think it's a tribute to the husband also. I don't know. These guys have really mushy love story.
But yeah, it's only.
Don't be jealous. It's okay. Don't be jealous.
So Milele is like is the last song of the track, and I think how they arranged
the project,
how she or whoever was behind arranging this
real-time music.
Yeah, probably that's the producer.
Her squad. She says that's her squad. My squad, real-time music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, okay. So I think whoever.
So she's in two squads. She's in the squad for MDQ, Kagwe Mungai, because they have a song. And then they're saying, Party Nation. So they call themselves as a squad.
Yeah, and then that's when, and then this same squad is the one that's in I'm Feeling It.
Yeah.
And then now.
I was being told by an industry player, the reasons for this squad is is really important.
Okay.
You know why? Because number one, you get to dictate, like you can say, like Kagwe, MDQ, Mayonde, that squad, Blinky. They can say, for you to call me a show, you have to call all my niggas, all my squad, and we're not taking anything less than this.
Yeah, okay.
So if you want your party or your concert hot, you'll have to take the whole package.
Yeah, take the whole package.
I used to think these squads are just for people being exclusive and all that.
Yeah.
However, I came to realize it's a really good tactic
for business.
Yeah, for business and to help others grow. You know, I mean, one person put me on to Mayonde and Kagwe, and then maybe someone mwenye fan wa Kagwe ako anajua Mayonde.
Okay.
Meget.
You share platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Your fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Trina Munga is part of that squad?
I think she's being inducted.
She's being slowly brought
because
in.
I saw she had a song with a really high budget video with P Unit. That was a nice song.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the song with Mayonde is her second song I'm listening to. I don't think she's part of that squad. Maybe an inductiwa to Pole Pole.
Slowly by slowly.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, what does it take to be in that squad?
Mayonde, DM. I also want to be part
DM
of
me,
that.
man. I need to be part of that squad.
Also, I want to be part of that squad. So overall, what would you rate the album?
I'll give it a 9.
9.
Yeah.
I think because it's an EP, it's really short, concise, and I think it's gearing up for something to come.
Yeah, please tell us.
Just let, even if not everyone, just
tell us.
Just tell us. We'll
who's featuring this new album? I mean,
yeah, I think
what style are you going with?
I will say 8.
Will we 8?
Yeah, because for me it always comes down to unnecessary songs. That usually removes points for me. But this is not unnecessary. It's just there's something wrong with her performance, with the way she recorded the song and how it sounds. And that's the Quisha, which is like, I mean, like you can do away with that. So I think minus that song, it will probably have a 9 or a 10. And also, I don't know, but I feel like she snuck this project out. I'm sure on her socials she was pushing it, but to the general public, I don't think she did a lot of promotion for it, which I would understand if it's just like you've been quiet for so long. I think she was pretty quiet for the greater part of 2018. Yeah. And towards the end, she's like, okay, I have an EP coming out, which
everyone has their own strategy.
Yeah, which I understand is like you probably don't want to push it a lot, but I think maybe she's just releasing this to tell people like I have music in the tank and I have songs that are there that I at any time I might come, and I think. Okay. It's safe to say she's working on.
I think album. I give it a 9 because number one, the idea that 3 of the songs were already out.
Okay.
So there was no that wow factor. It's something new. I'm looking forward to. Although yes, I mean the songs are really good and all that. And then the fact that she also gave 2 guys a feature on the short project. That was really good. Production wise, it's nice. Yeah, I like it. I can't complain about it because I was listening to it on headphones, and I liked the mixing and mastering of the songs. Yeah. The only downside is like that one song I never liked.
It just comes, and you know that's the problem with such a short project. Yeah, you will single out on a particular track.
Exactly.
Yeah, like if it was 20 songs, you'll be like, there are some songs that shouldn't, but you really can't tell what it is. But out of 6, I know what 1 song or 2 songs I feel like shouldn't be there. So Mayonde, keep up the good work. So you can,
and also availability. Sorry, I forgot to say availability. The album, is not out on YouTube, not on SoundCloud. It's only on Spotify, Apple Music.
It's on sale.
Yeah, it's also on sale on
Mook.
On Mook.
Yeah.
Going for how much?
it's being sold for 300, but you can get it for 200.
Thanks to what is this podcast?
Yeah, thanks to us
using
guys.
using the promo code on the description.
Yeah,
WIT.
and you can use the promo code WIT to get 100 shillings off for the purchase of
100
of this album. And you see, that's a great opportunity to support the artist and to, you know, to show, to further the industry, basically. So you go get the album on MOOC for 100 shillings off. Use the offer code WIT. It's also in the description. And tell us how you like it. Tell us whether we bamboozled you into buying a product that you didn't like, or if it was really worth the
no refunds.
Yeah, but I will vouch for it.
Yeah,
I will definitely vouch for
personally,
it.
I will too. That's why I gave it a 9.
Yeah. So,
and I think it was not on YouTube because she was trying to maybe
monetize.
Yeah, monetize her content, which is okay.
Yeah, definitely. So is that all?
Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay. On to new music that we are looking at this week.
You start with.
I'm looking at. Oh, I think Wangeshi had us.
Before you melt.
Wangeshi had us.
With Ska, the jam with Ska.
Yeah. She had what you had to say, because you're the one who was
I was like busy, like
criticizing her.
Busy criticizing her.
She released a really dope song.
Shout out to you, Wangeshi, by the way.
That song is really amazing. And
I know you never had a collab with New afterwards, but Sky will still do the job.
Yeah,
it's okay.
And I think Sky is a really amazing artist. The song is called Sana Sana, which is, I think, one of my favorite songs of the past 1 or 2 weeks. I really like it. It has a really dope video. I don't know what the video reminds me of, but it's taken from somewhere, and I really enjoyed that video. And then I think Arrow Boy released a single from his new album, which is coming.
He has a new album.
His album is coming in August.
His upcoming album.
Yeah. So this was the first featuring DeMarco, which
What?
let me say, DeMarco shouldn't have been on that song. First of all, let me tell you why.
I've not even heard.
Let me just tell you when you listen to it. He
I'm not complaining.
I am. He starts his verse by rapping in Swahili, and just like nataka uwe wangu, and like saying nataka uwe wangu. So it's like kind of like DeMarco, just do the patois thing in English.
Yeah,
and
if we wanted Kiswahili, we would have gone for Red Sun.
Arabo is there, but I think that video is shot really well. Produced by.
There's a video.
Yeah, it's short. I think it's
you
shot
never put me onto this music.
I think it's shot in Jamaica.
Anyway,
and produced
so you have
by
2
Vicky
songs.
Pondis, yeah,
New songs.
Yeah, Sana Sana, Wangeshi, and Arrow Boy.
I have one hot song by Zero Sufuri.
Zero Sufuri.
What?
You've just been telling me about this guy. You never
This
sent me
guy,
any of his music.
this guy.
What genre of music does he do?
I don't
Wait.
know.
Okay, just finish and then we'll.
I think it's
revisit
dancehall,
that.
and you'll stop cutting me
Yeah,
short.
yeah.
while I'm
I will
walking.
just finish
who,
and then.
who raised you? Who raised you? So this guy, I don't know. He's from, I think, Kawangware.
Okay.
And then he has that rugged look. However,
That gangster.
dreadlocks. That guy, I don't know. He has two songs out.
Let's not slant. Does he look like the kind of guy you wouldn't want to meet
at night?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe at night in a party or a performance,
Okay.
but not at night kwa na fulani.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's all. That's only the one song.
Oh, the one thing I realized was that from the Arrow Boy song is that he didn't have King Kaka's info. I mean, the Kaka Empire info on the bio.
I think their
anywhere.
contract she shared.
So I'm wondering, did they split their? Did each go their separate way?
Yeah, maybe they're working on a new contract. We don't know.
Because it was just strange, because for the longest time I thought that Arrow Boy was the flagship artist for Kaka Empire, which I from the looks of that new single.
Let me
Seems
give you a
like
fun
he's working alone.
Let me give you a fun fact. This guy who was dropped by this guy who took at what's it called? So, Wasafi. Did you know he was signed by?
Who's this?
Is it Rich Mavoko? He was signed by King Kaka. You know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then he was poached. I don't know if it's the same story. Contract iliisha alafu Wasafi wakamchukua. Ama he was poached. Ama it was a buyout. We don't know. However, when someone comes out from a record label agreement or a contract, doesn't necessarily have to be
bad blood.
Yeah,
or, I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand that. But
I don't know.
I'm just saying
because you can see that Aruboy has really grown.
Yeah, artistically,
and maybe now he feels that being in Kaka Empire is limited.
It kind of is. We saw that what kind of contracts they were giving out.
Yeah. Should release those those contracts.
Yeah. We saw what kind of contracts they were giving out.
The problem with this industry, it has really fishy businessmen.
Yeah.
I mean, not artistry, businessmen.
Yeah.
Because it has good artists. The
business is the one
the business side is really fishy.
Yeah.
And the hard to swallow pill is like it's only 15% talent. The rest now is the business side. Yeah.
I know I understand what you're saying, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think I won't be from the new single and coming to his album in August. I don't think I'll be surprised to find out that he's doing it alone, because you see he started he's given us a 5-month window, so meaning he probably has 2 or 3 more singles before the album finally drops.
Shout out to Aruboy.
He's already now that given us like, yo, this is a serious album because we have an international feature from the lead single.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting to hear good things from it. What else? Who else? Nothing else.
I think we can wrap up.
We can wrap up right now. Or just before we go, let me give a shout out to my sister whose birthday is this week.
Shout out to you.
I don't know how old she's turning, but shout out to her. Let me not say her age on air, but shout out to her. I love you, Nelly, and
that's so sweet, man.
long life. Yeah. So see you guys next week. What do we have in store this weekend?
This weekend we have Africa Novo. We're talking about festivals.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Africa Novo Festival.
Happening from the 8th to the 10th.
Yeah, that's Friday to Sunday.
Okay, yes.
This is an initiative by MDQ. And is it Red Bull?
I don't know.
Red Bull is blankets.
Yeah, but she's obviously getting that.
I think MDQ has...
corporate.
MDQ is one lady that has really... helped this new generation of crop of artists.
Yeah.
So I was looking at that the artists lineup roster, the roster, and I was looking and I'm just seeing new Nairobi artists.
Yeah. Which
is a really good thing.
Yes.
You see? So I think that's what I'll be attending this weekend. What about you?
You might be seeing me there.
And I hope to get a good report from there.
Yeah, I think because it's I think maybe this is the second edition of the African Novo Festival.
Yeah.
And it seems to be something that's catching on. The first one, was it held at
Ngongrescus?
No.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yes.
Or wasn't it at Small World?
No.
Small World in Athi River.
No, you're confusing, bro.
I think it's the one. I'll show.
I'm 100% sure it was at Ngongrescos.
I don't. Okay, we'll just check. But I am.
You know why? Because I was there.
Oh, you attended?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the second edition, and it's proving to be. I mean, depending on how this goes and how next year it will be, maybe it will be a seasonal thing, and I think soon it may start attracting even the big Kenyan acts, and it will be a homegrown event that we enjoy watching and seeing. And
shout out to you, MDQ.
Shout out to MDQ, who's like for the longest she's been on the forefront of promoting local artists.
Yeah.
So we love you for that, and she still releases amazing music on top of all that. So we'll need to see we'll need to see how this goes. So thank you guys for being with us on this episode of What Is This? So we'll see you guys next week, and enjoy your weekends, and keep playing, keep Kenyan music in the airwaves. See you. Goodbye.